Grandma Debbie here. So you know the holidays are right around the corner. I'm sure you know that. And they're going to be here before we know it. We're going to blink and they're going to be here. Well, I like to give sometimes to my friends and family homemade gifts. I like to make a lot of different goodies, package them up, and either mail them to them or just bring them to them, whichever. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get started on making a variety of candies and goodies and treats of all kinds. So why don't you come along with me as we get going on this? Okay, so today we're going to be making homemade Heath Bars. I'm not a big fan of Heath Bars, but my husband loves them. And so we're going to get started and we're going to give it a try and see how we do on it. So you only need a few ingredients for this. And a silicone mat. You do need that. If not, use a cookie sheet or something that you have oiled or greased up really well. So, but that's what I'm going to recommend that you do. All right, so let's get going on this. And we're going to be jumping back and forth in the kitchen, but we're going to get going. All right, come along with me. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do for our Heath Bar is we're going to put a silicone mat on our cookie sheet. All right, now we're going to head over to the other part of the kitchen to do the rest. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to melt some butter. I'm going to do a cup, so that's 2 cubes or 2 sticks, however you call it, of butter. We're going to melt this over medium heat. You definitely want to make for sure that you are using a cookie thermometer when you do this. Or not a cookie, I'm sorry, a candy thermometer. Okay, now I'm going to add in, I'm going to turn this off real quick so I can add in the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to add in a cup of sugar. Oh. I'm going to add in a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. My measuring spoon is still a little damp. And then I'm going to add in half of a tablespoon of light corn syrup. And this is what I'm using. Okay, now we're going to get this turned back on. You don't have to turn it off, but I just felt better doing that. And we're going to heat this until it gets to 295. Now in the instructions that I'm using, I actually got this from Tales from a Empty Nest. She says not to stir once it starts to boil. I have a hard time with that one. So I'm probably going to go ahead and stir it. We're almost there. And it looks like we are there. I can tell if I can read it correct. Yep. Okay, so let's go to the other side of the kitchen. Okay, so we're just going to spread this out. Just going to pour it on out of there. I'm just going to kind of spread it out a little bit. And now this has to sit until it cools off and hardens. So we're just going to kind of let it sit here until it does that. And I will bring you back when it is completed. Because that's when we're going to add the chocolate. Okay, so for the Heath Bars, it's been sitting out. So now I'm going to take 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips and I'm going to melt them in the microwave. I'm doing it in 30-second increments. I'm just going to stir this up until it's all melted. Okay, I'm going to put this back into the microwave for an additional 30 seconds. Okay, just going to stir this up till it's all melted. All right, let me grab the toffee. And then I'm just going to spread this over it. All right, let me grab a spatula so that I can get the rest of that out of there. And then we're just going to leave this sitting on the counter until the chocolate hardens. You could put it in the refrigerator if you wanted to. It's pretty cool today, so I don't really see the need to do that. I think this will be just fine. And then after that, we will break it up. All right, looking good. I'll bring you back when it's ready to be broken up. Okay, so I did put this in the refrigerator so that it could firm up. And so now all I'm going to do is just break it up into smaller pieces. And I'm going to store this in the refrigerator for a couple weeks. This is how long it can stay in there. And I'm not exactly sure what happened there with the butter. So I'm probably just going to store it in a Ziploc bag for right now, but I am going to taste some of it. Tastes pretty good, guys. So I recommend you doing this recipe. All right, so I'm going to get this in a baggie and get it in the refrigerator. All right, well, I just want to thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope that everything's going great for you, that you're having an amazing fall, and that you are getting ready for the holidays, just like I've been doing. So, give these recipes that I've been posting a try, and let me know your thoughts, what you think about them. If there's some suggestions that you have, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, well, once again, I hope everything's going great. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share button, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.